did you say like there's supposed a check mark here, which means we successfully load the data from the source to the data warehouse? We can check it by click this SQL Studio, and I want you to choose the last part, just run the last part, not run it. Now, did you see this table is no longer empty? We actually already has four different values here. So that's what we did. So we are trying to put the data from this source to this PTI DW data warehouse. Okay, now that's it for the first one. So we need to move to the second one. The second one and third one will be exactly the same with what we did now. So I'll do it quickly. Okay, so before we do that, you need to empty the table, because once we create all the dim tables, we will run them. We have like we're gonna run them again. It's gonna be duplicated. So we need to clean the table before you run um, a new process. So now we run this part and make sure the data we input already been delayed. So now you can just double check it. You can just check these tables, or you can check all. I already check all to make sure every table is empty. Okay, I highlight them again, run it. See, now they are empty. That's great. So we can start to work on the second one. I'll do the second one and third one very quickly. Okay, once you've been here, see, like we are actually in the debug models. We have to get rid of this part to add more dim tables later. So you need to click this square, the red square, we just stop debugging. So we click this button, so we go back to our workspace. So now we need to create the next one. So the next one will be load product type, load product subtype. So I want you to rename it load product subtype. You know, different type product type has different subtype, have different subtype. Okay, so I want you to connect them, and let's do it. So same thing, we need find the source, so OLEDB source, and also the OLEDB destination, and find the source. And we again, this times where is our data? So it should be in this PDI account. This is our database. So we need to use it and find the subtype. And you can preview it. See, we have a lot of data here. So that's great. We're gonna load the data to our data warehouse. Then you can click OK. The next part will be the destination. Before we do that, I want you to connect them. So click destinations. Now I want you to find the PDIDW, which is the part, the empty tables we're gonna put the data in. So now I want you to find the subtype again, because this is the subtype table, right? And then we can click mapping to see, okay, they all have three different variables and each maps to each one. So that's great. We click OK. And now you can go back to do a quick check to see if you're able to get the check mark in both of the table. But since I want to save some time, I'm gonna continue to do the next one, then run them together. So now the last one will be the load product, which means like different subtypes have different product, right? So let's rename it as load product. Also I connect them. So it means like a different product belongs to different subtype belongs to different type. Okay, so this is the dim of the product. This is the dim tables of this subtype. I want double click it again. We need to find this where is the OLEDB source and also OLEDB destination, and connect them. And if you want to see it clearly, right, and you can click the format. So you can click the format and then you can choose the different auto like auto layout. Then you will click diagram. So it looks better, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to change it. So now again, we need to find where is our database. Where is our data? So it says in the PTI accounting database, right? Now it's a themed product table. So this is the one we're gonna use. You can preview to see if you have any data here. We do. That's great. So this is the part we're gonna put to the data warehouse. So we click OK. But the destination should be empty. We have to check it. So for this one, we need to use the data warehouse, which is the part, the empty tables we're gonna put the data in, right? I want you to find the product again. This one, you can click view existing. It should be empty. See, it's empty. Because that's like, so what we're gonna do is putting the data in these tables. So if it's empty, that's great. If it's not empty, it's gonna be a problem. You have to go back to the SQL Studio and delete everything from the table. Okay, but you can click mapping to see if you have the variables cohesive with each variables in your destination. We do. Looks great. We click OK. So now we go back. Now we can try to run it to see if it works. Okay, great. When you see all three like check mark, which means we successfully like put the data from the source to the data warehouse, we can check it when go back to the SQL Studio and you can like select all the tables, run it, then you're able to see all these three table has the data already from the data source. So that is what we are trying to do in this assignment. This is the first one. The next video, I can talk about assignment 304B.